as we move towards this climb. Here we go.
Yeah, all of a sudden, a little switch back to the right, and out the saddles they come, and Bradley Wiggins has decided that it's time to stretch a few legs, and not only his own, but everyone else that's going to be forced to go with him as well. BMC, a couple of checks over shoulders there. Did I see Dries de Vins also in there for Omega Pharma? And they're just starting to take a toll here. Totato just going backwards here. Well, we told you it might get a bit brutal. There's the leader, and he's told them to go on effectively. There's going to be a gap back to Edvald Bosenhagen. I think he may well be handing over that jersey later on today. And here come the BMC boys. They've been spending some money in the closed season.
Yeah, they have. Andres Claude now been dropped, but the Omega Pharma rider was Katowski. He was up there just behind the Sky Riders. I don't think he'll be there too long. Ruiz Costa is up there near the front, and BMC still on there. Mikado there for Radio Shack, but still the riders from Team Sky leading the way as the yellow jersey now gets distance at the back.
There is Bosenhagen, struggling just a little bit. He's not the only one. That's Martin Velitz alongside him there for Omega Pharma Quick Step in the pale blue accented dark strip. And we're starting to eat into some decent names here as well. Vakon Soleil also just heading backwards as we look at it. I think that's Liu Vestra going backwards as well. Back up at the front then. Time to show your ambitions if you've got any. Bradley Wiggins, he is being a paceman today. So at the head of proceedings, and Lotto throw, is it Bar de Klerk into the Van den Broek also. They've got, don't forget here, back with the 2K to go marker. It's not going to come quickly, this one, is it, Brian?
No, it's a tough climb. You can just see everybody all over the place, and it's just, you know, the pace that they hit this climb over the last 20-30 kilometers. Team Sky have just ripped into this peloton, set a really difficult pace, hit the bottom of this climb, and Bradley Wiggins just took off. He's still at the front now, huffing and puffing, but on his wheel he's got Richie Porte. Richie Porte looks really good. Van den Broek up there for Lotto. Ruiz Costa, Mikado up there in the 5th place, TJ Van Garderen also in there for BMC in the red and the black. So most of the major contenders who we would think of are up there. Vakon Soleil rider just on the left hand side, but as we see, still Bradley Wiggins pushing hard on the front, as we love to see in Britain.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see how Van den Broek picks it up. Mikado does, and Van den Broek has a look, see who's responding. Can he respond? No, he can't. Sky still with great ambition here. Van den Broek looks like he's going backwards, and so is Bradley Wiggins. He's done his turn here. I think he's made the salute. This looks like Richie Porte's day if he's got what it takes. Oh, this is nice work. And Zvitsov, the Kazakh. That was his day today, you ask. Well, up they come.
This is a huge effort here for Richie Porte. It's been set up at Team Sky, absolutely perfect, and just don't look back, just keep on going at the moment. Mikado in trouble again. Ruiz Costa was the other rider that tried to go, and he's kind of blown. So this front of this race is blown apart. Last year there's a small group came to the finish, but absolutely amazing.
How refreshing is that, and how fresh does he look? Just Richie Porte has decided to say farewell to everybody. Somebody asking about Zvitsov. Down the line, several riders, I don't know whether they're being rested up for Sky, but not part of it just for the time being. But Richie Porte has decided that this is his day, and that is Tony Martin. There he is, and looking round the bend here to see just what sort of deficit he's going to have at the end. Richie Porte then, wearing number 32. What was his deficit as he came into today? Let me tell you, 10 seconds, that's all. And so, well, we'll see just how much of a gap he's got. There's Bradley, did a good job today. He's got a smile on his face, despite a bit of huffing and puffing, as you can see. He's been tested today. I think they all have.
No, doing well. You know, doing good confidence. He's come here. He's done his great work on this climb for Richie Porte. Richie Porte looks as if he's unbeatable in this climb. We're coming up to the last kilometre now.
Wow.
But Bradley Wiggins putting in a great. He's hanging in there because the time trial tomorrow, and he has to test himself. That's why he's come to the Algarve. Machado, the Portuguese rider, is going to be disappointed in this climb by this Aussie for Team Sky.
Yeah, there'll be the time trial on Sunday. Incidentally, we've got another stage tomorrow. Let's not forget. Into Tavira, beautiful little sardine fishing. Give you some tips on that later on. Yeah, how we'll be handing out advice, presumably Richie Porte at the end of this one, when people say, how on earth did you do that? That was amazing. Pimenta Costa looks like he's going to have a decent finish here as well. Talansky as well, also picking it up towards the end. It does flatten out, a little bit of a plateau here, but it's all going to be applause for this man as Richie Porte just rides this one home. Round the final couple of bends here. There we are, the last of the markers coming up for him. What a pleasant sight that is after all of the efforts today. Good run as well here for Johnny Hoogerland. That's nice to see.
Yeah, we saw him up near the front, but inside the last kilometre, Richie Porte has got this wrapped up. Machado there, the cameras are jumping about it at the moment. Just got a glimpse of Nicholas Roach also up there, but it's going to be all Team Sky for today.
Yes, a little bit further back, there's Rui Costa that we were talking about as well, also wanting to stay in touch here. And there he is, 10 seconds gap overall for Costa, but it's all about Porte today. And indeed, the way the Sky team have been looking after him, 400 metres remaining, and the camera couldn't get much closer, could it? Crowds turning out in force here. They love their cycling in this part of the world, and so many cyclists you can catch up with, incidentally, if you want to see people involved in their training camps. Portugal, one of the favoured venues. It's not overly expensive either. And look at this final drive here. Place is up for grabs, and they all want a piece of it, but Porte here has opened the door to himself and stepped through. This is a great step forward. He looks so relaxed there.
Oh, he looks so good, and you know, that's why the team went to the front and kind of ripped it up. And you know, Bradley Wiggins doing a terrific job there, but inside the last few metres for Porte.
The line beckons for him then. This will be a pleasant sight. Oh, look at that. Why not? Points to the sky. As well he might. 40 kilometres per hour, the average speed today, and just 5 minutes shy of the 5-hour mark. What a day that has been, a tough one.
Yeah, that was Machado coming in there for Radio Shack just in front of Rui Costa, 2 Portuguese riders, so they'll be happy with that performance. But performance of the day has to be Richie Porte as Hoogerland comes in there. And just behind him, Wout Poels, Van den Broek for Lotto shakes his head, not happy with that.
Yeah, it does kind of rip your heart a little bit. Was that Hernandez as well, the Spaniard coming across the line? And I think that was Silva who featured earlier on. Here is Bosenhagen, looking like he's chugging just a little bit. A few more have been across the line in the meantime. Bosenhagen did a good job out there. Clearly not his kind of day at this stage of the season, at least. Not the lumpiest day, not the biggest test climbing-wise, and he'll have to face more than that this season.
Well, unfortunately, or fortunately for him, he's not one of kind of Cab's lead-out men. He is, you know, he's a good sprinter of his own right. So he's with the kind of GC contenders like Bradley, Richie Porte, and Chris Froome. So he'll ride the harder races. But then again, he produced a great win yesterday. So you know, it suits him to be a bit lumpier. Will Cav and the rest of the other half of the team, as Stein de Valder comes over for Vacansoleil, shaking his head. A lot of tired bodies there, but yeah. Bosenhagen happy. He's got his place in these teams in these kind of hillier races, and he can pick off a stage win like he did yesterday. Yeah, good work. Richie Porte then, Machado, Rui Costa, Johnny Hoogerland, terrific 4th place for the barbed wire battler. There is Walter Pauwels as well. His teammate from Vacansoleil, who seemed to be shining brightly this early part of the season. Jürgen van der Broek managed 6th place to the head of Talansky, Mendes. Bradley Wiggins just easing off the gas towards the end there. 39 seconds he gave away to Richie Porte today. That'll be a 29-second gap between the pair of them going into the time trial if they have the same time tomorrow. Nico Roche making up the top 10, not bad. Yeah, and Nicholas looked good. He looked good the other day in the first stage, getting up there in the top 10. Bradley, yeah, that's a good, for what he did at the bottom of that climb, and the before the climb as well, hanging on there, which we thought we would. It's good for him to be in there. He still stands a good chance. We've got a good stage tomorrow and a good time trial. He stands a good chance of getting up there in the podium as well.
Bosenhagen looked a bit tuckered out by the end of today.
Yeah, he put in a huge effort before that final climb. I think it was about 4 or 5 kilometres he was on the front, and there was guys going out the back. So he done his team proud today. They held on to that yellow jersey.
He really stretched the bunch, didn't he?
Yeah. So they're having a very fruitful Walter Algarve, winning the stage yesterday with this man here, Bosenhagen. But this is the man of the day.
Richie Porte then doing it today for Sky. We'll have Brian Smith back with us on Sunday. Thank you for your company, Brian. Enjoyed it?
Fantastic, great day for Sky.
Yeah, super. They really are picking up the mantle of peloton bosses, and we like that. We'll see you tomorrow. From me, Carter Kirby, and Brian Smith. Thanks for your company. For now, bye-bye.